Talk to us about how your ideas about ethnography have changed over time.
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think that in a few different ways. One, I think that's very important is, especially in the design and conceptualization of projects, is taking into account local problems. And so, sure, on the one hand, our topics are going to come from interests that we have, that come from our reading of literature and from theory and those kinds of things. But it's also very important, I think, once we begin to think about certain settings that we want to concentrate on, what is of local concern? What are people there grappling with? What are challenges that they are contending with? And to try to also take those up as part of our work. And so for me, that has a lot to do with making our work relevant. And I do think it's possible to do ethnographic work that has multiple purposes. And so I believe strongly in C. Wright Mills' guidance, and so Catherine Lutz, who I believe was on your committee at Carolina, she once told us all at a conference to be sure to read our C. Wright Mills, and I hadn't done that. And so sociological imagination on, and so this idea that you think about certain influences on your work. So there's available research and theory, there's your empirical data, there is your own background, your experiences, your commitments, your values as a researcher. And where all those meet would be where your unique contribution is. I would add local problems to that. And when you begin to think about local problems, that adds another component of relevance. And it especially makes you pay attention to how people on the ground in their everyday lives think about some of the problems that we're grappling with as researchers. And that's very important as well. And the local problems is also linked to Fred Erickson's call for us to try to scale down qualitative work and to try to capture how local educators and practitioners and leaders are innovating and addressing problems. And it's a way to honor their judgments. And I think that's very important for us as well.